Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Magnetic Soul Podcast. Today's episode is your March energy update. I had to think about that for a minute. I was like, yes, we are headed into March. March is one of those months that really, when I was tapping into the energy of this year, was one of those months that was a big energy month. It was like one of those months that was showing itself to me as a very significant month. What has been really coming through for the energy of this month that we're stepping into is the energy of the future you. So it feels like you're stepping into a portal of a new energy, a new version of yourself. It is really this future you, this future energy that you've been working towards and really integrating and stepping into this new version of yourself. So this is a month where it's a lot of dynamic energy. It is very quick moving. It is very dynamic. And a lot of you are like moving into this higher flow month where a lot of momentum and flow and movement is really happening. And it was really funny because I was tuning into the energy and they kept showing me this game of pinball where March is like this energy of pinball, where you make the shot, you shoot your shot, shoot the bar higher for yourself. So send the ball up when you hit those little flicker things, whatever they are. And the universe, it's like the ball goes up and then it dings around for a little bit in those upper flippers that you can't control, but then it pushes you up through into like the goal or whatever it is. I haven't played pinball in a while, but maybe it's a sign that like I need to play the game for fun or something, some kind of code in it. But it really felt like this energy of this pinball machine where it's very dynamic, where you shoot your shot, you make your leap, and it almost feels like you're not always, it's been a lot of unknown, but with this, it's like a new foundation. It feels like the way forward becomes very solidified. It feels like things become quite tangible and understandable, and you're able to understand the journey of everything. And so it's like when you make your shot, so shoot your shot with that like pinball machine and make your ask, shoot your shot and shoot higher for yourself. So it's like sending that ball up there and the universe will take it, bounce it around a little bit, and it will go through up into a higher place, or it will go to your goal or your destination, even if that path isn't fully known. But that's part of this energy of this month where it's super dynamic, it's super quick, very different from previous energy and previous months. But they're saying that like your overall energy is completely changed and shifted, and you're able to handle, they just want to start channeling through me. So I'm actually going to bring them forward for a little channel message. It's taking a minute, but they're saying that you're able to handle a lot more energy, a lot new codes, a lot of new information, a lot of new downloads. You're able to handle this energy, this higher flow of energy, this new energy that has been flowing through. Your body's able to hold a greater capacity of this light for other purposes, for better terms, is you're able to handle more energy. You're able to handle more light. Your capacity has increased. And this month you are stepping into a very new whirling dynamic energy. And this dynamic energy is a lot quicker than you have been accustomed to living. It is a much higher pace, a much faster pace in which things can come to you, in which you can operate. So we ask that you do not place limits on yourself. We ask that you break through limitation. We ask that you rise up into this new self that you have been working towards, because this energy is here. This clear energy, this freeing energy is here for you. And your body has gone through so many vibrational shifts that you have integrated this new way of being. And we want to acknowledge you because we have been seeing these final layers that you have been untethering yourself from. You've been lifting off these final layers, not from this deep place of density where it is felt that way at some times, but this final little layer that lifts up as it's like a sheet, a minor little thread, the final threads that you have clipped in this past month and in the previous months that you have clipped to step into this new vibration and energy. You are moving into a higher flow, and we want to acknowledge you for this because you have closed the door on something quite significant, so much more significant and impactful than you have ever recognized or been able to really understand how this has truly impacted your life. But you have closed the door on something. You have cleared the way. And we know that it hasn't not been as easy as you have thought, or as easy as you wish it could have been. We know it's still difficult to close down old things, and you wonder, am I making the right decision? Am I making the right move? Am I doing the right thing? And we want to acknowledge you for this because you have set yourself in motion. You have prepared yourself. You have paved the way for yourself to step into this new energy, this new vibration. So take note of all those little leaps, all those little moments, all those little actions, that behind the scenes energy that no one else has seen but you. We want you to know that we have acknowledged you. We want you to know that we are celebrating you. We want you to know that you have paved the way to be in this new foundation, to be in this new energy, to be in this new essence. And you are quite literally moving into a higher energy, a higher dynamic, a greater capacity, where things between thought, intention, and action are shortening. So the gap between desire and manifestation is shortening. And we want you to become accustomed to this new energy because it will seem quite foreign to you at how quickly these things can manifest into your life. But we ask that you continue to move past the resistance when it comes up, although you have done such an incredible job, and move forward in this freeing energy, because this month offers so much clean energy. Your energy has become more clean, more brighter, more magnetic. And we ask that you continue to shine this light, continue to show up, to expose yourself, to share yourself. Because the more that you allow yourself to show up as who you are, the more that you can find the people that are meant to be in your energy, in your vibration. So we ask that you move forward in this new dynamic energy into this higher flow and become accustomed to a new way in which things can happen. Become accustomed to things may happen quicker than you may have thought they were, or their ability to happen. And we want you to know that you have completely cleared and shifted your energy, and you're in a very new vibrational state. So you have clipped off the old energy, and we want to acknowledge you for this. And you have risen up, you have ascended into this new vibration. And this is why we share with you that this is a new portal. It's a new energy. There's a new path for you. One that is asking you to push through the limits, one that is asking you to push past your fears and your doubts, your old patterns, your old tendencies, and rise above into this new place, into this new spaciousness, a space of freedom, space of joy, space of expansion. There are quite literally expansion codes, regeneration codes, renewal codes, new light codes, new energies that are lifting your vibration. Because what is previously not possible is possible. You have unlocked, you've opened up, you've integrated, you've taken your time. But it is now time for you to move forward, for you to step into this new energy, no longer allowing it to be something in some distant future, but to really step into that frequency now. So we want to acknowledge you. We want you to know that these ideas, these desires, these visions that you have for yourself, even when they are so subtle, are coming from a higher place. They're coming from your higher self. They're coming from the universe. They're coming from the source, the divine, your guides, your angels. And we're celebrating you. We are honoring you. So become accustomed to this new vibration. Become accustomed to this new pace, because the energy is whirling. It's dynamic. It's new. It's all new, and it's all happening. So the slate has been cleared, and you are rising into this new state of being, this new energy. Your energy field has been cleared. It's been upgraded. You're in a new vibration. So just take a nice deep breath and just imagine yourself, feel yourself being encompassed by so much light, because there's so much light coming through right now. It's like I can hardly see because there's so much light, and the energy is so beautiful. I almost could start crying because there's just so much love and acknowledgement for you and everything that you've been through. And it's 10:10 on my timer, which is huge. It really feels like clearing the way for new opportunities and golden opportunities to come in. So it feels like they want to congratulate you. So congratulations. You're really moving into a new time period, and it's just let miracles happen and push through those limitations. And if you're feeling this deeply in your heart, and because I can feel you guys, I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And if you're feeling this in a different way and want to like share with me in some way or reach out in some way, please do. I would love to hear how that's impacted, because I can like feel someone's energy right now, and it feels like you need to hear this. You feels like you've made the right decisions, and all of these gifts that you have been desiring, that level that you want to be in, it's all possible. And you've just had to like literally release these little layers, and it's right there. And I just want you to see that you are stepping into this new energy, and like your future self, your higher self is like so pumped at where you are right now. So if you could just see where you are. So I know that right now we're closing out February. I'm going to be launching this beginning of March, but you have done it and you've paved the way in whatever that is for you in your life. And you're operating in a new vibration, a new energy. You guys, the codes and the light and the energy coming through are so different. And so we have so much divine support around us. So use them. So they just wanted to come in, you guys. I have to let them come in when they want to come in and go for it. So there is a lot of joy. There's a lot of expansion. There's a lot of excitement in the next coming months. And I want you to really tap into that energy of joy and excitement. And the guides that are here right now want you to tap into that energy of joy and excitement, because a lot of your hard-earned efforts and reward are being rewarded. And it's really this month that is so dynamic, and you have to kind of like surrender the restriction. If you could just like let go of the restriction, I know it could be hard, but like surrender this restriction, because it's so dynamic, and it's almost this very uplifting energy that can carry you into a new flow or dynamic. And I feel like those pinball machines that I was talking about in the beginning, I know that there's some eclipses happening this month, but it feels like the eclipses are this like pinball machine essentially, where, you know, some people be rattled and go down, but like most the people listening to this are going to be like rattled upwards. You know what I mean? It's like the divine is taking you where you need to go, but it's like, there's a lot of energy of like, you have to make the move. You have to like, there's this new energetic doorway that's here. And I feel like a lot of you have been standing on this edge of this gateway, of this doorway, kind of like sussing out, feeling into this new energy. Some of you recently maybe have been trying to get everything through at once, where it just like isn't happening that way. But it is time for you to walk through this new doorway. And because like, you're able to, the way that you're able to operate, the capacity that you're able to operate in has shifted. And I think, you know, we are moving past and through the sludge, the heaviness and the sticky energy that many have been feeling, into a very quicker energy or a higher frequency. So your energy is becoming way more clear, way more clear, visible, visibility, magnetic. These are all words. It's like stepping into a bold energy. And I think that February was really something that has been preparing for, it's like receiving, preparing for the next few months, and March of stepping in and like taking that action and creating. Because feels like towards the end of February, there were some ideas, there's some creations. It's like working through the kinks a little bit. It's like they're coming in, and like you're starting to take action on them. You're being called to take action on them. But it almost feels like now is like really where this is being solidified, where it's like, okay, you've set up the structures, you've set up the systems. it's time to just like get going. It's time to take action, because the energy of this month is supporting you in that. And so it's like we've been moving through a little bit of sludge and heaviness and kind of like resistance, resisting energies. There's been a few threads that have been kind of still there that are clipping. And now there's just like a lot more freedom in your expression. There's a lot more freedom in what you want to create and what you want to do, because you've moved through those little layers and carried all this heavy energetic weight that isn't even yours to carry. It's not yours to carry anymore. And so to really acknowledge you for like what the way has been cleared is what, and many of you have completed something. You've walked away from something. Perhaps it's been a really lifelong, difficult situation. But you've really closed the door in that, and they're just celebrating you because you've cleared these final threads. And sometimes we take the action on deciding that, like, okay, we're going to close this down. This isn't right for me anymore. This is getting in the way of what I'm here to do, and my mission and my purpose and my happiness and my joy. But you've closed those things down. You've cleared that layer. And sometimes after you do that thing, there is the stuff you have to work through afterward. And I think that's what has been happening a little bit, is this just these little threads that are just clipping. They're letting go. They're done, the little layer. And they just want to acknowledge you and say, like, this was the right decision for you. And also on the flip side of this is like these divinely guided ideas and visions and desires, like really deep soul desires, are like they're giving you the thumbs up. Like, yes, this is divinely guided. Yes, this is divinely aligned. No, you're not crazy. No, you're not making it up. So the number 444 or rainbow, like these are little signs that you might see, even doves. I'm hearing doves that are showing you, or even birds, but that are showing you, like, yes, this is something that has been holding you back, and yes, you've completed it, and yes, you made the right decision to let this thing go, or to complete this thing, or to close down the door on that. And it really was this point of like, enough is enough. It's time. And so just to really acknowledge you for that, because they're really celebrating you. Those were like some final threads that needed to be released in order for you to walk through this energetic doorway where there's so much abundance. It's abundant, it's freeing, it's available to you. It feels like you've been hanging on to these small little things from the past when the universe is opening this door for you. So letting go of those things that you've been kind of like hanging on to from the past that are no longer in this new vibration, or no longer aligned with you and your path, but they've served a purpose. They've gotten you to where you need to be. But it feels like the universe is saying, okay, there's something bigger. There's something bigger here that we want to take you on. There's something bigger or more aligned, or more where you're really at. And the universe is really saying, like, make your ask. So the universe is waiting for you. There's people waiting for you. There's almost like someone waiting for you to ask something. Maybe it's help in some way. Maybe it's just, it's like making your ask is a really big thing. Shooting your shot, okay? Shooting higher for yourself. There's something like somebody's like waiting, sitting there. It's like, feels like they're sitting there waiting for you. And in order to get the ball in motion for what you want, you have to make that ask. And then it gets moving, and they're like sitting there waiting for you. You're like, yes, this is here for you, but you have to ask. And this is going to land for you in whatever way it resonates in your own life. But you have to sit with how that is, like, how that's resonating. Because I think the universe is like, the gift is there, the action piece, or the way to implement something is there, but you just need to ask. And ask the universe, declare what you need, state your needs. There's a really big message about speaking up, speaking your truth, being very direct, asking for your needs to be met, putting yourself out there. Being direct with others in the universe is so important. And if you're listening to this and you're a woman, it's like, this has really come up very clear for me about the power in your voice, and working with the energy of your voice, because I think there's a lot of throat chakra stuff that has been cleared, that has been repressed and cleared, and like needs to be aired out, to be cleared out. But and that may land for you however it lands, but we need to be direct in our communication. And I think this came up really strongly. I was on a trip in the beginning of the month, and we were chatting about how indirect we are. It's 2:22 on my clock. I love that. But we're talking about how indirect in our communication we are, and how that I realized, like, I'm so over being indirect or trying to be polite or being nice in that way. It's like, just be direct with what you need and don't try to like jump around. And I think that people in relationships will really vibe with this, where we like skirt around what we need without asking for what we need, and it just creates confusion, or the other person isn't picking up on the signal because it's very confusing languaging or it's indirect. And if you can just step into a new version of yourself where you can be direct in your communication, as uncomfortable as that might be to start, you will get better at it. But we can't just speak in these fluffy, the spiritual fluffy terms where we kind of like go around and we don't actually like ask for the thing or talk about it or be direct. And this form of communication is very confusing for people. And it also builds resentment because you don't get your needs met, or they're not picking up on your signal because it's confusing. You're sending out a confusing signal for others. So be direct, speak your needs. Even in like an office setting, for example, if there's something you want, go after it. And I think this happened recently in a session. Like, this woman was like wanting to know about her career, and I said, listen, you have to go after it. You have to ask, and then the thing will set in motion. But you're literally just sitting here. And I obviously didn't say it that way, but I just, everybody can relate to this message, because how often do you sit on the sidelines waiting, thinking that something's going to happen for you, where it's just going to magically appear, but you have to ask for it. You have to take some kind of action. You have to set this ball in motion. Okay. So that's actually a really big message for this month. But it's like, again, make that ask. Put yourself out there. You'd be surprised at what comes from it. The universe and other people are waiting for you to take a leap. So there's a really big message around asking and receiving. So set things in motion. What you set to do will happen quicker than expected, but you have to get the ball rolling. Your energy is clear. Your energy is ready. If this were like last month or the month before, this wouldn't be the same message. We're in a very new energy. We're in a new frequency. So make your ask. Your energy field is ready. If you need, that's something that you need to hear. Your energy field's ready. It's almost like you found a new level of confidence within yourself, even if you don't feel it right away. But there is a new version of yourself that is coming to the forefront, and it's the universe saying, "Come on, like, make the decision, make the ask, like, state that claim, and just watch as things come together for you." But this month in general, it's really asking you to fully anchor in and grid into this new cycle, into this new energy, ground into the earth, because there's a lot of new energy. It's a lot of higher frequency. But this is where you're going to see a lot of your creations coming into form. So I feel like there's a lot of launches coming up in like March and April. You might be launching something. And all these things are coming from a place where you have rested, you've integrated, you've done the work, and it's time to reap the rewards for everything that you've been working towards and integrating. And it's really a really big moment of pushing through the limits, pushing past the limits on your abilities, pushing past the limits on what you think is possible, what you're capable of, and really setting the bar higher for yourself. So maybe, you might realize and have a lot of epiphanies of these moments where you realize that you've been setting the bar a little too low. So habits, there's certain things that you're being asked to adopt. So it's like a new mindset, and, no longer letting things pass you by and no longer sitting on the sidelines or putting people on pedestals. It's really time for you to step in and to reclaim this energy and essence of who you really are. And a really, really good habit to practice this month is not letting things pass you by. So just mess done is better than perfect. So whatever that may be for you, but don't sit on the sidelines waiting. This is like an energy that wants you to take action. It wants you to put your hat in the ring. It wants you to step in and, make that shot for yourself. Shoot the pinball, right? It's not this time to like sit and watch other people do the thing that you want to do or put someone on a pedestal and then make yourself feel less than. It's like no longer sitting on the sidelines, because it's time for you to step in, and the energy is so dynamic and it's working for you. And it's just like the people are waiting for you to ask whatever that is for you, but you have to set the bar a little bit higher for yourself than you have been. There's a lot of new downloads, epiphanies, new insights and ideas that are coming through. It feels like this breaking through again, like the shattering of that ceiling of the limits that you place upon yourself. It feels like there's like a very new portal that's opening for you to anchor into, and it's just a very new energy that is opening up for you. So it feels like a glimpse into the future. It feels like you're stepping into the future energy of who you are. Again, like pushing past the limits. That was a big message. So pushing through. So breaking that ceiling of limitations that you have or other people have for you, whatever that may be. Your ego has a specific set of limits, okay? And what what you think is possible, what you think can happen, what we think we can do, but you're moving into a new energy and a new level, okay? This is like breaking through those limits. And you may have come across experiences in February where you get really frustrated because you've realized how you've been playing small. You've realized what is not in alignment. It may have become very obvious of like the frequency has been a mismatch to like where you're supposed to be. And that's where these like epiphanies might come into play, where these like sudden moments of epiphanies, light bulb moments, perhaps showing you where you have overcomplicated taking action on something, where you've overcomplicated something, where you've gotten something where an old habit or limiting mindset has gotten in the way of something, but or where you set the bar too low for yourself. But it also is these like lightning bolt moments of new ideas or a way forward to take action on. A lot of you have been like kind of running on this one track, which has served you and it's been great, but it feels limiting, and you've been limiting yourself and your capabilities, and the universe is saying, okay, here we go. We have something bigger here, and we have something better planned for you. So there's like a new way forward. Everything that you've done has like paved the way for this specific mission to happen for you. And a lot of your hard work is being rewarded. But the universe is like showing you something bigger and better for yourself and is really guiding you there. So notice a lot of the people that are coming into your life, because there's a lot of new connections, a lot of new collaborations, a lot of new people coming in, and these people see you, they see your potential. And maybe you're not used to that because maybe you've been in situations where people have like made you feel limited in some way or made you feel less than in some way, or there is a lot of new people that are showing you how you have to raise the bar and really just the frequency that you're meant to be in, the level that you're meant to be in. So I hope that you all enjoyed this energy update, and I hope that you have a beautiful month of March. It's it feels very much like, a lot of things it feels very magical and miraculous in a way. And embrace the magic, embrace the new you, embrace these opportunities that are presenting themselves, embrace the new people. You're really going to have to drop the walls around your heart and just really embrace this new energy and recognize how you've sold yourself short and rise above that. Because this new dynamics energy is asking of your new self is asking of, a new frequency of you, a new vibration. And there's a lot of new systems. There's a lot of new creations that want to be created through you, but you can't look to how other people are doing it because it's very new. The way that you're going to weave something together is very new. And I feel like a lot of people are getting, a lot of these downloads are going to come with, it's a very unique way that you're paving for yourself, but the universe wants you to, you take the step and the universe will follow. The universe is there to catch you. Your guides are there to catch you. And I think if you're replaying, because I can hear it, you're replaying this past, but what happened in the past, and stop hanging on to the past. Okay. You don't want to be living in the past in this month. You want to really anchor into this new energy. You want to anchor into the new frequency, this new future you, because you're not living in the past. That was old lessons, old vibration, an old energy, an old version of yourself. And this is new. Okay. So stop reliving the past. You know what I mean? And, recognize you're in a new vibration and you, receive. So the universe might give you opportunities for you to receive. Don't block your receptivity. Maybe people come in and offer to help you in some way, and you say no, you don't feel worth receiving because you've had to do everything alone. Well, the people that are coming in, you can trust, you can open your heart to. So trust in the help that wants to come for you. Let yourself receive and open your heart to new people and new situations that want to come forward for you. Because it does feel like there's been so much heaviness in the past, and they just want you to know that this is a new energy. It's a lot different. There's a lot of different energy, and it's really has been clearing the way in the space for you to create something new for yourself. So, setting up this new structure, I think feels like you guys have been creating this new structure, developing a new structure. This also comes with boundaries, limiting distractions, is really important, because this new way becomes quite solidified, this new path. And I think that there's going to be a lot of launching energy, launching forward energy, and just new things that are going to be popping up into your awareness. So I hope that you have an incredible month. I would obviously love to hear how this landed for you. And as always, take what resonates, leave the rest. This was, there's a lot of messages that came through. So enjoy this month, and I will speak to you in the next episode.